Hi. As you may have noticed, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. When we were filming the door panel removal, the card ran out of space, so we had to just finish what we were doing and then clear the card. So, I'm going to describe to you what we did. We lifted the door up and attempted to pull it out. The reason you can't do just that is because of this door handle right here. This has a cup around it like this that is in the door panel. So it helps to reach around and pop this out. You can see there's a clip here and a clip on the bottom. So you pop that out and just take it off of that, and then you move the door panel forward so that you let this out, and then you're pretty much home free. Just be careful with this clip right here. That's it. It's off. Alright, now we're going to do replace these two buttons with these billet replacements. They're pretty easy to remove. They're literally just a pressure fit. So I'm just going to put these two on the floor. So you just want to get your screwdriver right in there and just kind of, if you can get a little bit past, and then just pry, and it pops right off. Okay, and there's a dot right here that protrudes. Now, I've got this other button which has actually been milled to have a hole in the back. So, put it right on top. Kind of work the switch around a little bit because you have to get it back down to that flush position it was in. There. Now you can see both sides. It's right in there. So same thing for the top, and that's all there is. We've got the buttons done, but what matches the buttons? A billet handle. Yeah. There you go. So this is going to replace the stock molded plastic handle. You can see they're pretty much identical. This is actually from the 79 to 93 Fox body Mustang, but Ford doesn't change much, so they're the same part. And basically what we're going to do is take the pin out of this, but to do that we've got a Dremel with a grinding bit. We've got to drill out the bottom, which I'm going to try to show you here. You see that pin right here sticking out? It's got a flange on the edge that you have to grind down. And once we replace it, we'll have this, which is basically a long pin with a screw that threads into it. So we'll come back in a minute once I've ground this down. Alright, so once again the trusty Dremel has removed the rivet bolt. It's a very long riveted pin.
Yeah.
There's really no other way to remove it.
You can see we ground off the flange, so we're just gonna get rid of that.
So the next step is to remove this, and you can see there's some goop here. Basically what this all is the cable that actually operates the latch mechanism. So you just wipe off some of that goop, and you see there's a groove there. So you rotate this 90 degrees, and you can just take, it's basically like a barrel pin on the end of a wire, and it'll come right out like that. And then there was, the spring fell inside the door. So I'll just pull that out.
There it is.
There's our spring, very greasy. For this next part, you'll note that the original door panel handle has a nice raised part for the spring. This one does not, so the spring has to be bent open ever so slightly. I'm just going to do it with 2 pliers. Just going to do this a few times. Oops, there we go. So you've got your new door handle. When you put the spring in, short side is out, so that it all lines up with the holes that your pin is going to go through. And it's important that this side of the spring goes actually on the inside of this plastic right here. I don't know if you can up a little bit. Yeah. There's this plastic side piece here, so you want it to be inside, otherwise your handle's loose and rattling. So I'm going to take the top half of this pin without the screw and attempt to put this all in. Oh, first though, and very importantly, the barrel pin. You just press it into place and rotate, and it's in. So, alright, excuse me, this grease is very, very slippery. Okay, in through the top, then into the handle. Come on. Alright, then through the screw, or through the spring, right? Can you see that, sort of from the side view? I'm now through the spring, and I'm going, excuse my face, back through the handle, and through the very last hole, right there. So I'm all the way in. That's what she said. He said, actually. Screw goes into the bottom, tighten it up, and that's it. That's a new door handle. Very simple. Alright, so we're about to lay down some primer on the top half of the door panels. I bought some Rust-Oleum automotive primer. It's black, which is the color I'm painting over it, so it should be fine. Should look really nice. Now let's get started. Not going back.
No, sir. Nice even strokes. Don't want no runs and such. It's good to get it from both sides because there are some edges that you can't reach from being on that side. Alright, and now we're going to put it in the garage so nothing lands on it and let it dry. Yeah.
Now we've done 2 coats of black primer, and now I have this somewhat specially formulated Mustang black lacquer interior paint, which is the same black as half of my dashboard is, so it should match very nicely. And again, long strokes, keeping it about 6 to 8 inches away because otherwise you get drips and that sucks. And it's okay to do light coats because we're going to be doing more than 1 coat.
that's enough for now. And we'll let it dry in the garage and bring it back out for another coat. It's looking good. Now I've just unmasked the door panel, and it's looking pretty good. You can see just how crisp these lines are after having taken a whole lot of time to mask them all off. Make sure that I got the masking tape all the way into the crevice. It really looks much improved. So the next step is to put it back into the car. Alright, the door panel is back on. And the door panel is on and finished. The pin is in the hole, the screws are behind there, the plug's in the side, door handles, buttons, sail panel. Everything is in and good. Finished product.